at this matchup tonight, the last couple of games we've faced teams that have taken a lot of threes. This group a little bit different, and they're very effective in the paint. They're not taking as many threes. Defensively, how do you slow this team down?
Man, they really attack you. I think Nate has done a great job of establishing an identity with them. They don't take a lot of threes, but they're number one in percentage and efficiency. So with the three-point shot. So when they do take them, they make them. And so we got to make sure that we pay proper attention to the guys that can make the threes. But the guys that create them are the real, they're the trigger to it. They're the danger. And, you know, like I said, Nate has created a system around these guys that gives them an opportunity to attack you.
With Frank, what's the biggest difference that you've seen in him since you've moved him into a point guard position?
You know, for me, it's I don't look at it as difference. I look at it as just this is his evolution. You know, everybody else has saw him a lot before I got here. I'm just looking at him for, you know, with fresh eyes that from the minute I've gotten him till now, and I'm just looking at his evolution. I'm not really concerned with difference as much, and so, you know, the biggest part for me was him finding who are you going to be? You know, what's your identity as a player in this league? And I wanted to let him ease into that, and you know, so far so good.
And what's he told you in that regard? Like when you've had conversations about that?
We don't even get too deep into that. We're more into the tactical part of it now. It's not. We don't get into deep philosophical conversations right now. It's just really he's into his job. He's trying to figure out what's necessary for the next opponent, what's necessary for his next step in his evolution. So we're just into the day-to-day grind about it.
With Frank, has anything surprised you this year?
Nope. No.
How was Vonleh adjusted to going to the starting lineup, and what things are you surprised that maybe you didn't see on the pitch?
Honestly, I didn't. I tried to give all of these guys a blank slate, and especially Noah Vonleh and Emmanuel and Mario, Trey Burke. You know, guys that had gone through it a little bit. I tried to really give them a blank slate and let them tell me who are you going to be. And you know, he's still telling me. And every day, you know, I try to keep an open mind about him and not limit him on what he can become.
Coach, speaking on Vonleh, has it been a pleasant surprise to see how good he is on defense in pick and roll situations?
Yeah, and I just think that you know, the thing I've been very happy with is just his desire to want to defend. You know, that's more important than anything. You got to get a guy that wants to do it first. And he takes a lot of pride in helping us get stops, and so I've been really happy with that.
Yeah, you know, we talk about guys like Mitchell being more vocal and stuff. Frank seems maybe need that too. Is he on the court louder than he seems?
No, Frank talks. Yeah, Frank talks a lot, and he plays with a real intensity and a passion. I don't know if you see it on the grand stage, but you know, there are moments during the game that you can really see with him that he has a real fire to him, and you know, I really like that about him. And you know, again, for all of our guys, using their voices is really important for these guys.
Coach, because Frank is so young, and now that he's got the ball in his hands, is that something that you have to try to maybe encourage from him to be more assertive, to be a little bit more?
No, I really haven't. I've, you know, I set some little milestones here and there for him. You know, try to get up this many threes a game, make sure our pace is going. You know, absolutely have a first team defensive mindset, and then let the rest fall into place. He knows he has the green light to shoot whatever shot he wants to shoot, and I just trust his decision making, and so we'll see how that falls into place.
With respect to Kevin, you know, you don't want to see guys get hurt, obviously, but especially for a rookie, when he kind of has to go to the sideline and look at the game from a different perspective, is there like some benefit to that for him from a learning perspective?
I think it's good for a lot, you know, for all players. I just don't, I don't wish it on them, but I don't think it's a bad thing when they get to see the game from a distance and, you know, 25,000 feet away from it, where they can just really analyze it and see their place in it and see their teammates and how they play. But at the same time, you know, you don't want a kid to be hurt. But hopefully that, you know, we talked about it a little bit today. You know, what are you getting out of it right now, and are you watching, you know, the game from the right standpoint? And he is, and I think when he comes back, it'll slow down for him a little bit.
Well, what did he get from?
Well, I just think that he's seeing where he's predetermining his game. I think that was his biggest issue early on, was he was making up his mind on every single play before reading the play. And you just can't do that. These guys are too crafty in this league. Veterans can really make you look silly if you do that. You have to feel the game, you have to read the game, and I think now that he's gotten to watching it from a distance, it's given him an idea of how he can feel the game instead of trying to make those early decisions.
Coach, as you tinker with the lineup still, are there lessons that you've learned that you're trying to convey to these guys when they may or may not be in the starting lineup?
Yeah, well, you know, at the end of the day, it's you know, obviously I want to compete in their butts off for that spot and trying to do everything they can for it, but it's also about chemistry too and what fits. And so, you know, my biggest thing is just have a team first attitude about what's going on. You know, for the most part, you can see that no one's going to play incredibly big minutes. Tim probably leads us in minutes, and I'm probably playing him too many minutes right now. But everybody's, you know, that's our main rotation guys are going to play around the same amount of minutes. So the biggest concern, I think, for all of our guys is who's finishing. You want to be that guy. And so we keep in a very competitive environment, but at the same time, a team-first attitude about our rotation.
Has it been hard as a coach? Has it been hard as a coach to adjust to teams playing so much faster now than last year?
I wouldn't say hard. I just think that it is what it is. I think we all knew this was coming. You know, I just felt like everybody in the league was preparing for this and building a team to be able to deal with this and play like this. It's a non-negotiable now. I mean, the scores are really unbelievable, and the way that these teams are scoring and the level of talent you're seeing from an offensive standpoint is really unprecedented. So, you know, I kind of came into it understanding that this was what it was going to be.
I mean, you'll miss some time and now he's back. Is his conditioning at a place where you could play him, you know, as many minutes as you want, or does he need to work?
I don't know if he can play as many minutes, you know, as he wants. I just think that, you know, we're going to see how it goes. And, you know, when I can get him in there, I will.
Kyle went to your press conference and everything.
Yeah.
Was there talk about trying to bring him back? Or,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kyle's first class, man. I mean, he was one of those veterans that we saw as a guy that could mentor. You know, but at the same time, I understand. I get it. This is the league. You got to put yourself in the best position that you can be in. But I got a lot of respect for Kyle. He's always been a hard-working, first-class player in this league, a great guy for young players. And I wish him nothing but the best.
All right, that's all.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Thank you.